Hello everybody, back again. How are you today? See, I told you it wouldn't be long before my next video. Ye have little faith, all four of you. Basically, this is my video talking about season 24 before I start season 24. Pardon me, that was rude. Basically, it's not great. It's undergone a bit of a re-evaluation over years, especially since DVDs and videos now become quite cheap. Yeah, but it's like season 22. It's undergone a re-evaluation, but there aren't many people who put it at favourites, top of their favourite list. It's not a bad season, but it's not a great season. It's okay-ish, which at this time in the show is a disaster. Basically, I said at the end of season 23, John Nathan Turner had left after he'd fired Colin Baker. Colin Baker had said he wanted to do a final full season and he would regenerate. The BBC just ignored that. And they basically went back to J&T and said, look, you either do it or the show gets sacked. Well, the show gets sacked. No, the show gets cancelled. Actually, the show gets sacked. The show gets cancelled, either way. So J&T come back. And he had no doctor, no script editor. And the season went into production. He got his doctor relatively quickly. He wanted Sylvester McCoy. So he went to cast him. And the BBC put their foot down. They didn't want a repeat of Colin Baker. Which is fair enough from our point of view. Doctor Who is still a brand. Okay, it's one we wanted to get rid of, but it was still a brand. So they demanded that John M. Turner hold a casting process and have other people audition. So he did. He had 2 people audition for the role of a Doctor, knowing full well Sylvester McCoy was going to get it regardless. Nice. Yeah. So basically, Sylvester McCoy is the 7th Doctor. And there's a video of his announcement on YouTube. And it's Blue Peter. The little sketch on Blue Peter. Rose announced as Doctor. I think he'd been announced on the news before then, but it was his first time going, public as the Doctor. And it's a very awkward interview. Seriously, if you haven't watched it, put it on YouTube. It's only a couple of minutes long. It's very awkward, very funny. So yeah, the first story of the season, Time and Varana, went into production. The new script editor was Andrew Cartmel. He come on during production of Time and Varana, and he hated it. And to be fair, I'm going to talk about this later when I watch Time and Varana proper. But he didn't get on well with Pip and Jane Baker. He thought it was an embarrassment. And to be fair, first time I watched it on UK Gold, I was embarrassed. To be fair, I can't hate Time and Varana, but I don't like it either. It's a bad song. But as I say, I'll talk about that. I'm saying that, but I'll still keep talking about it. But basically, this season would consist of 14 episodes, as per the previous season. But this time it would be 2 4-part stories and 2 3-part stories. Yeah. And it ran out on a Monday evening at 7:30, opposite Coronation Street. Now, for those who don't live in the UK, Coronation Street is a British soap opera. It's been running longer than Doctor Who. It's the longest running, I think it's the longest running TV show in the world, actually. There's not many others. Maybe Songs of Praise? I don't know. But either way, it's still a phenomenal big hitter for ITV. And back then, it was regularly drawing audiences of 15 million, 16, 17 million on average. So the BBC, knowing what happened the last time we tried to cancel it, put it up against Coronation Street. So in this way, they could say, if and when we cancelled it, that nobody was watching it. Which is right. Nobody was watching it. I mean, this is before the days of streaming and DVDs being £5 or videos being a few quid or whatever, it's you either watched it or you had to wait for it to come out on home release or wait for UK Gold to air it, which is how I watched most of mine back in the early days. Yeah, it wasn't a huge success. It's mixed. I personally enjoy season 24 for what it is. It's light-hearted. It's a welcome departure from Eric Saywood part era of the show. I really love Dalton and Bannerman. It is genuinely one of my favourites, and I cannot wait to talk about that story because it's so much fun. But that's the thing about, even though Time and Rana, I'm talking about it again, even though it's a mess, parts of it is still fun. Yeah, it is. But yeah, season 24, basically, if the show had been axed after season 24, I don't think anybody would have minded. It wasn't until season 25 that basically it become this huge sort of must-watch show again for all 15 viewers who are still watching it at this point. But yeah, season 24, I'm lucky that it's somewhere. Haha, here we go. I've got it on Blu-ray. I do enjoy season 24. It's a mixed bag, but yeah, on the whole, I do enjoy it. It's fun. Sylvester McCoy is a really good Doctor. He has pretty good chemistry with Bonnie Langford, and she would leave at the end of the season and replaced by Sophie Aldred. And again, I'll talk about when it gets to Dragonfire. But yeah, Andrew Cartmel would really make his mark with this one. He would bring in new writers. Pip and Jane Baker was the last of the previous writers to kind of write him for the show. Yeah, season 24. If you haven't watched it, dig it out if you can. Watch them. Don't expect much. It is a bit of a mess, admittedly, but it is fun. That's what I can say. It's fun. Even when nobody was watching it, it was fun. And yeah, my next video will be for Time and Verona. Wow, I talked about it so much I forgot what it was called. It's awkward. Yeah, Time and Verona will be my next review. Hopefully tomorrow, all being well. And yeah, have a good weekend. See you all soon. Bye.